What's going on, everyone? So I know today was kind of it doesn't even surprise me anymore. Someone commented on one of my first videos I posted earlier this morning that, bro, we already know it doesn't matter if it goes all the way up to 20% intraday. We all know how it's going to end at the end of the session. So what's the point? And I kind of get that, everybody expects the share price to rise, especially those who bought significantly high, those who bought at the top. And by top, I mean like the 60s, those who bought at 50, those who bought around 30, 35, 50, those who bought at those levels. I mean, when it went back to $14 and at some point it touched $13, I mean, if you don't have a strong conviction enough, if you don't know exactly what you bought into, what you invested your hard-earned money into, it's going to be tough. So I want to make this video just to kind of ease up a little bit your nerves, especially for you in this situation who bought at the top. Because if you look at the chart here, I mean, even if you bought at $30 a share, all right, even if you bought at 30, where is 30? Yeah, 30 is here. Right now, it's like 41%. It's more than 30. So it's more than 30%. It's a huge loss. But here's what I wanted to know. Before getting into any type of investment, you should assess any risk that we know. So I bet that before buying at whatever price above $25 a share, we kind of knew why we were buying into AMC stock. All right. Now, my approach whenever I buy any stock is to really keep them the longest possible to make the most amount of money as gains. Because before getting into any stock, I make sure I did my research. So let's just refresh a little bit what we know so far on AMC stock. The bottom line is the hedges, the short sellers who thought this was going to bankrupt, this company was going to be vaporized. All right, they haven't covered, but they are due to do so because they are looking at a pretty hefty bill. And whether they want it or not, it doesn't matter what they do underneath the table. It doesn't matter what they want to use as tactics to get away. It doesn't matter because all matters should be settled. You know how I know? Do you know why I'm so sure? Well, the SEC has now introduced a new regulation that is going to be a game changer. And that regulation is really about, well, you cannot continue to use dog pools as you used to. You cannot continue to park your orders as you used to. You cannot continue to have such days like this where the buying pressure pushed the share price to 20% a day and it ends up not even close to 5% a day. Why? Because you have to report every single day what you did. And if something is fishy, then you're going to get cut. So that is coming. We know the regulations is still to hit the Federal Register, but at the end of this month, hedges will really have no choice but to comply. Otherwise, so that's one. Number two is nobody is selling. It doesn't matter what you see on the share price dropping. I shared with you many times that this is not the result of people selling, of the retail investors into AMC selling. This is really the tactics again from the other side. Plus, the market has been pulling back lately. And according to some research I'm possibly going to share later on in a separate video, the month of February, it's poised to be another everything rally. So let's just hope and expect that the data is correct this time around. So number three, we see continuously the hedge funds, the short sellers switching strategies. Either they are returning the cash to the clients or they're potentially saying, you know what, we lost so much money in 2021 short selling stocks that we need to start going long, meaning we need to bet that stocks will only go up, because when you bet that a stock will go down, there is a high chance that retail investors plus other institutions on the street are going to come up and squeeze you out. That's why Melvin Capital owner decided to switch strategy and now is going long only. He's renaming the hedge funds. He's renaming the new fund for which he's raising money to start a new portfolio. And remember, this guy is supposed to be one of the genius trader on Wall Street, like Wonder Boy on Wall Street. All right. So how come he got beaten down by the money that you and I are? All right. And then finally, what you have to remember is that the new high of what? June 70. I strongly believe, I'm not bullshitting you. I may be wrong because nobody can predict the future, but I strongly believe with everything we know so far in this stock that the current high of $72.62 is going to be a new floor, meaning there's going to be a new high coming. Nobody knows. It's really difficult to see exactly when you are in this place where you are in the red. But once everything and everybody who bought, it doesn't matter at what price, turns into positive territory, turns into green, man, things are going to be a lot more different. Things are going to be and go bananas. Things are going to go parabolic based on what all these at least three main catalysts that I just shared with you. So based on that, if you are in this situation and you are kind of panicking a little bit or you're stressed out, please just remember that the bottom line has not changed. But here is something else every investor should definitely look at. I mean, we already passed the 1 year mark and the tax season started June 24. And we all know that Uncle Sam loves getting money from fellow Americans. All right. So there's going to be two types of apes after the dip.